What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So, today we're going to discuss a new plugin brought to us by Baby Audio. Now, I always get super excited whenever Baby Audio brings a plugin through. They're one of the few companies that I feel really keep their fingers on the pulse of style, coupling up with functionality in a really creative and really dope way. A lot of times I like to say that their UIs look like the control board on a spaceship or something, but like not confusing, super minimalistic and just clean looking. So that got me really excited when I heard they're dropping a new plugin, and the name of their newest plugin is called Crystalline. In my opinion, Crystalline is like everything you love about the spaced out reverb, but focused. You take spaced out, you got trippy. You take Crystalline, you got focus. And it takes all of the dope things about the reverb of the spaced out plugin, and it kind of gives you some extra added settings so that you can really dial in and focus on that reverb and make it as bright and as cool as you want it to sound. You can really make it your own. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into this plugin, Crystalline, Baby Audio. Let's see what this thing is all about. So as always, I have Logic queued up, and this is Crystalline. Now, like I said earlier, I really love Baby Audio's UI designs. Like I said, they always give me this spaced out spaceship control board kind of vibe. It's almost organic the way the buttons look on the VST. They kind of just bulge a little bit out of it, and I love that feel to their VSTs. They keep a similar UI aesthetic amongst the majority of their plugins, and I love the look. If you look over at the VST, you'll see you have this nice clean white backdrop with some really cool orange accents, green, your baby blue, your reds on the buttons. You have this rainbow view right here, and when you're using the plugin itself, it gives you a display of what the reverb is doing. Super, super cool. If you go over up here to the top left corner, you'll notice that you see this black box here. You can go back and forth between the white colorway and the black colorway, that kind of midnight colorway. Really cool looking. I like the black. For right now, I'm going to leave it on the white. I think it's just easier to see what's happening in the display. Really dope. If you click the Baby Audio logos up here at the top, of course, as always, that bypasses the plugin, and you have your preset section up here at the top. Now we can dive into the UI and the functionality of this reverb. Now, like I said in the intro, this is like everything you love about spaced out's reverb, but focused. It really allows you to get hands-on and really carve out the sound that you're looking for. You can really make it shimmer and sparkle and do all of those really cool things that you want from a really spacey and creative sounding reverb. You can get that in Crystalline. So let's dive into this thing a little bit and see exactly what's going on here. So if you look over here in the reflection section, you'll see you have 3 buttons here. You have size, sparkle, and width. Size, it changes the size of the reverb space. So pretty much you can make your reverb more expansive. Sparkle is what's going to really give you the shimmer in the sound of your reverb. It's going to take the higher frequencies of your sound and really put some emphasis on those higher frequencies and take the reverb and just go crazy with it. Right over here in width, it's going to make your reverb more expansive. It's going to really widen that stereo field. Now, if you go over here to where it says clean up, this section right over here on the right, you have damping, you have sides, and you have gate. Now, damping, it narrows the frequency response of the reverb. So you can really narrow the frequency response of that reverb. You can get a reverb that has a really bright sound and it really puts emphasis on the higher frequencies, or you can have a reverb that kind of has a lo-fi kind of feel and it kind of sounds a little bit muffled, kind of sounds like it's underwater. You can achieve that by using this damping knob right over here. Over here, you have sides, and this is going to let you filter out some of the stereo content in the lower frequencies of the reverb. So that's really cool, and that's something that's a little bit different that you don't quite get in every single reverb. And over here you have gate, and this puts a gate after the reverb for short, choppy reflection. So this is going to allow you to really give your reverb some interesting character and make it a little bit choppy sounding. If you like, you can do some really interesting things there. Now, if we go down to the bottom, right underneath that, you have shape, and this is what's going to help you shape the sound of your reverb. You have tone, you have smoothing, and you have transients. Now, tone, this tilts the reverb frequency balance towards darker or brighter. So you can put more emphasis on a darker sound of your reverb, or you can brighten it up and make it sparkle that much more. Smoothing attenuates the sharp frequencies in your reverb, so you can really hone in on those frequencies and do what you need to do to smooth it out a little bit, hence the word smoothing. In transients, this shifts the emphasis to the transients or the sustained parts of the signal. You can go over here to the center and you'll see right here where it says start, and you'll see over here where it says end. Now, start, this sets the reverb start and pre-delay time, and end, this sets the reverb decay time. So pretty basic stuff. Over here on the left, you have depth, and you have resolution, modulation, and shimmer. And in resolution, this sets the complexity of the reverb algorithm. Modulation introduces modulation in the reverb algorithm. And shimmer adds a longer decay time to the higher frequencies. So this right here, this whole depth section is where you're gonna really be able to get super spacey with your reverb, really make it shimmer, really make it sparkle, and you can just, you can make it really pretty sounding, pretty much. You can make it pretty sounding, and that's really dope. But like I said, it has a real spaced out plugin vibe, but it allows you to dive in deeper into the reverb portion of spaced out and really get more creative with it. And that's where this thing really shines for me. Like whenever I use the spaced out plugin, sometimes I can use it just for like real trippy effects and just go really crazy when I'm making a beat. If it's a sound that's really basic and I really want to just make the sound super trippy, I can go to spaced out and just go through the presets and go crazy. Sometimes it can get a little difficult to use spaced out on like vocals or stuff like that because it's so trippy that I end up having to dial back a lot of what's happening inside of the plugin just to make it work and sit well with vocals or certain instruments that really don't need that much trippiness to it. This plugin really allows you to carve out the sound of the reverb to fit anything that you're trying to apply it to. So I think that's where this shines, is that this can work for anything and you can really dive in deep and carve out your sound. Now, if you look down here to the bottom, you see where it says output. This is going to do what it pretty much says it's going to do, focus on the output of the signal. You have ducker, rev, freeze, dry and wet. Rev stands for reverse, obviously. Now, ducker allows you to duck the reverb back behind the dry signal. So pretty much whenever your main audio source is playing, the reverb is going to duck behind that audio signal, kind of like a sidechain effect. Over here, rev, if you push that button and turn rev on, it's going to reverse the reverb. And freeze just freezes the reverb and holds it. So it just plays endlessly and it never stops. And over here, you have your dry and your wet signal knob, which is pretty much your mix knob. And that's pretty much it. That's everything inside of Crystalline to help you carve out that reverb sound that you're looking for your track. Now, what I want to do really quickly is apply Crystalline to one of the instruments in this beat that I was working on, and we can go through some of the presets and I can let you hear what this thing sounds like. I have this beat queued up here, and I am going to pick the, let's hear this thing on the guitar. So this is the guitar without Crystalline on. We're gonna just put it on solo. Really nice stuff. So let's start off with some presets. Click on default presets, and just like all their other plugins over here on the right, you can save presets. So you can do whatever you want to do, effects wise, settings wise, and then you can save that and save your own user preset, and that is always really cool. But if you look over here on the left side, you have your categories. Now you have all of these musicians who've made their own presets, and we can start off with breaking plates. And I'm gonna just move forward through the presets and we'll just go through a bunch of them. This one is called Everything in the World. And like I said, if that was too expansive for me, I can always go down here to the dry and the wet signal, and I can just blend the dry signal with the reverb signal and get it to sound exactly how I want. This next one is called Hold My Hand. That's really nice. This one is called Muted. This one is called Muted Mustache. We're not going to try to figure that out. I have no idea why you would call it Muted Mustache. Yeah, let's just hear it. So let's go to this next one right here that says Slow Shadow. This next one is called Subconscious. And then let's play with a different one. Let's go up here to factory presets and go through some of these factory presets. We have Moody Strings, so let's hear Moody Strings. We have Guitar Ambient Shimmer. Wow. Beautiful. Just a lot of beautiful presets. And as you can see on the screen here, you have loads of presets. Every single one of the names here on this left side comes with a bunch of presets in it. I'm going to go back to this Guitar Ambient Shimmer. I liked how that one sounds. And we're going to take the Guitar Ambient Shimmer preset and carve out our own sound from the preset. So we're going to use that as a start point, and we're going to carve it out to fit with this beat that I'm actually making. So I'm going to play the beat right now without Crystalline on the guitars, just so you can hear the beat and you can hear what we're working on. And I'm going to try to carve out the sound that I'm looking for the guitars so that it blends with the beat. And we're going to listen to what that sounds like. So first, let's play the beat. Now, the beat isn't mixed. This is literally a beat I'm working on at this exact second. So I haven't mixed it. It's not even 100% finished, but it's just something so that you guys can get an idea. So let's play this beat real quick so you can hear what it is we're working on. All right, so that's it right now, a little 4-bar loop. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the guitar. I'm gonna turn Crystalline back on. We're gonna listen to the Ambient Shimmer preset on the guitar and hear how it sounds in conjunction with the beat. So let's play that. Now that is a beautiful sounding reverb, but it's super expansive. So right now it's literally taking my guitar and throwing it all over the universe. And in a beat like this, that's already really dreamy, really lo-fi, and a little bit trippy and unorthodox, doing that to the guitar can really send the listener's ears all over the place. I really want to keep the spacious expansiveness of that reverb, but kind of dial it in a little bit and maybe duck it back behind the dry signal a little bit so that the listener's ears can focus on the guitar and just get a little sprinkle, a little bit of spice with the reverb and not oversaturate their ears with the reverb. So let's try to achieve that. So I'm gonna just get to work on Crystalline right here. Stay with me. Let's see how this thing goes. Well, the first thing I want to do is carve out the exact sound I'm looking for reverb-wise. So I'm going to keep the wet signal all the way up so I can just listen to the reverb and hear what I want it to sound like. Ooh, it's nice. Play with the resolution a little bit, get a nice sound there. I like leaving the sparkle. I think the width is good where it is. Let's see how the size. Let's see how we can affect the size. Yeah, I think making the size a little bit smaller, bringing it to a medium, it works better for this guitar because it kind of sits it in a smaller space, and I think that's cool. I like the timing of everything, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Tone. Too much. Perfect. Now let's play with the dry and the wet signal and bring some of that original dry signal back into the track. Play with the ducker a little bit. Actually, I like where the ducker is sitting right now. I'm gonna leave that alone and just play with the dry and wet signal. There we go. That sounds really nice. So this is the guitar without Crystalline on it. And this is the guitar with Crystalline on it. Very subtle changes, but it makes all the difference. I really narrowed that sound down and brought the dry signal in a lot more than it was originally. This preset pretty much sounded like this when I first got it, which is a really cool sound. But for this beat, I think it's better to narrow that sound a little bit. So I brought it down to like 24. I'm gonna actually leave it at 26. I think that's really good. And now we're gonna play it with the beat. And let's hear how this sounds. And that's it, man. That's the beat I made using Crystalline. Now, like I said earlier, this is a great plugin for focus. You can really apply this reverb to everything from vocals to guitars, like you just heard me apply it to a guitar just now, to drums, to everything. Anything you can think of, you can apply this reverb to it, and that's where this thing shines. So this is not a situation where it's like you already have spaced out. Why do you need Crystalline? Like I said, if you can think of it in these terms, spaced out, trippy, Crystalline, focused. There is a place for both, and I am happy that I have both in my arsenal. I can still use spaced out when I want to get super creative, when I have a sound that is very, very basic, and I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours trying to add a bunch of different plugins to it to make that sound more interesting. I can just go to spaced out, throw a preset on it, and turn that basic sound into something that sounds real trippy and really out there. On the other hand, maybe I have a sound that I just want to spice up a little bit. I don't want it to sound trippy, but I really want to focus on the reverb portions and carve out that sound of the reverb the way I want to carve it out and really make it shimmer, or, you know, really hone in or dial back the reverb in the specific way that I want to do it. That's where Crystalline comes into play. And the name is perfect for this reverb. I mean, this is a really bright, spacious, but not muddy sounding, very bright, shimmery, beautiful sounding reverb. And you can really use this on vocals and really take your vocals to another level, or you can use it on things like I just used it on guitars and really brighten those strings up and make it sound out of this world. Baby Audio, you did it again with a really amazing plugin. So let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you're going to be checking out? Do you think there's space for this in your plugin arsenal? No pun intended on the space part. Reverb, space. Y'all get it. But anyway, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.